and welcome. Welcome to this energy session, Be Yourself. And what do we mean by that? Well, we are a product of our environment, our friends, our family. And many people spend their lives living a life that's the result of all these outside influences, living their lives the way society, parents, or friends would have them live. Many of us at this time feel a calling to go beyond our indoctrination to heed a greater calling, the calling to embody our higher self in this incarnation that we have chosen. This is the greatest gift that you can offer yourself and the world around. We're going to address these self-imposed limitations that prevent you from following your calling, from living in the fullness of yourself, in the largeness of yourself. And we're going to give you a taste of that state of being. So please relax. You may have a glass of water nearby. And we're going to be using spiritual alchemy in order to allow you this experience. So calling in the archangels, Raphael, Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, Uriel, Karael, Yesharel, to come forth now and create sacred space for each one of us, safe space in which to do this work. If you want, you can close your eyes. It'll be a little bit more effective. And let's just choose to be in the center of the core being. You don't need to know where it is. Just have that thought. Have the thought to activate. It means turn on the base chakra. That's the one that's not on the body. It's below the feet. And now choose to be in the I Am presence. Choose to be at the throne of God. Choose to be in the oneness. Whichever phrase works best for you. And let's take 3 relaxed, deep breaths through your nose if you can, and relaxed is so much more important than deep. Go ahead. And when you're done, choose to be back in the center of the core of being. This special place. And there's a lot that we're going to be doing tonight. So I'm not going to have time to explain everything in this one call. But there are other recordings here that explain these things. Good. So in the center of the core being, we want to clear our energy field of all the distractions, of all the little debris and fragments. So let's breathe in divine grace. Just choose divine grace, or receive the energy that I'm emanating forth now into this recording. And breathe in divine grace, please. Have the thought to fill the center of the core of being, completely and fully with it. And now let's activate, energize, amplify, and anchor it on your node in the center of the core of being. That's your node on the grid of the planet, your node on the grid of humanity, and a number of other grids pass through that point. We could do an entire 2 hours just on that point. So we want to activate these energies, means turn them on, energize them. That's like kicking it up into an excited state like chemistry. We want to amplify it. It's like cranking up the volume. And then we want to lock it in on that node and allow this energy to permeate your entirety. Each person is about 55 feet in diameter. That's like a 5-story building. Each one of us. But it's not a sphere. We're in 24 dimensions. So let's not look at the circle. Let's not look at the sphere. Let's just be in the center of the core being and allow it to occur without the need to force a perception upon what we're trying to do. And allow this energy to permeate your entirety. That means all of your mortal bits, truly are, is your consciousness. And your consciousness is composed of your subconscious, your conscious awareness, and your superconscious. The superconscious is also referred to by some as the soul. Your mortal bits are your physical body, your electromagnetic body, your emotional body, your mental body, causal body, astral body, etheric body, awakened body, light body, radiant body, ascension body, your entire crystalline structure. That crystalline structure is the shell in which your consciousness lives in this incarnation. And you are your consciousness, not the mind, not the emotions, and not the body. And I look forward to the day when you make that paradigm shift and see yourself as consciousness, centered in the center of the core being. So now let's allow this divine grace, as we said, to permeate your entirety and around the outside rim in every dimension in which you exist, 24 of them. We're going to encapsulate with divine white gold. Divine white gold is not like a jeweler's white gold, and it's not monoatomic gold. So just have the thought to have this happen, and it will. Some of you have swords of Michael, some of you have other mechanisms, and we're going to use them now just by having the thought to cut all the cords. If you don't have any tool like that, that's okay. Just allow your cords to be cut, and they will. Those cords connect to other people. People you know and people you don't know. And people pull on each other's energies, and they push things through energetically to other people, mostly unknowingly, by cutting the cords and staying in the center of the core being as consciousness. We are in a distraction-free zone. No distraction from emotions, the mind, or other people. And I want to just jump right into this work. So I'm sending out energy, divine energy. We use the word Shakti to describe it. Okay, we can also use Shekinah or any number of other words. Please take this in. Fill the center of the core being with it. Activate, energize, amplify, and anchor it. And we're going to direct this energy into various parts of your body. And you might not know these names. And that's okay. Completely okay. Because we are directing it there. It will go there. And this will be accomplished. So we're going to start by going through the limbic system of the brain. So let's now send this energy into the thalamus. This is where a lot of beliefs are. Beliefs are nothing more than strongly held opinions. If you're holding a belief and it's true, allow it to shift to a different part of the brain and not be held in consciousness as an opinion, as a belief. So all of your beliefs that no longer serve you on your path, they're being transmuted, released, and replaced. Replaced with the sacred fire. Again, we can talk about the sacred fire for hours. This is a very important energy, most famously brought through by Master Jesus, also brought through by many of the Buddhas. So just allow this energy to replace that which no longer serves you and that which holds you back. These self-imposed limitations in the form of beliefs we're going to start with. Allow this energy to permeate your thalamus. Thank you. Thank you for doing this work. If we move on to another segment, and you feel you'd like to continue clearing the one we're working on, please just hit pause on the recording. That's okay to do. So now, if you choose, and it will help, you can activate, energize, amplify, and anchor this energy into the thalamus. And now we're going to send this energy, this divine energy, this Shakti, into the hypothalamus, which holds more beliefs, a different kind. It holds corollary beliefs and things of this nature. And we want to transmute, release, and replace those beliefs that are not true, that you're ready to get rid of. And those beliefs that no longer serve you on your path. The ones that are holding you back. Beliefs like things are not possible, certain things, but yet they are possible. that would obviously prevent you from manifesting that which you desire. Allow these beliefs to be sorted out by this energy from God and shifted and changed, affecting your neural net, the actual synaptic pathways. This goes beyond clearing chakras. Stay in the center of the core being and allow this process. Whenever you feel yourself leaving the center of the core being, or your mind starts floating away, just recenter yourself in the center of the core being. Remember to hit the pause button if you'd like to focus more on this part. So let us now activate, energize, amplify, and anchor this energy into the hypothalamus. And now let us send this energy into the hippocampus. The hippocampus has two things, vasanas and samskaras. Vasanas are like temporary emotional desires. You see something in a store, you want it, even though you never knew about it and you weren't planning on it. So you buy it, you take it home, and 6 months later you still haven't even opened up the box. A vasana. Samskaras are beliefs that other people have fed you, and you've bought into them. Modern psychology talks about them like tapes that are playing over and over and over again in your head. Some of the worst ones are when a parent tells a child, "You're good for nothing, you're never going to amount to anything." And then all through that child's life, they have that tape playing because somebody that they love dearly has told them that they're not worth anything and they'll never amount to anything, so that they create that for themselves, a self-imposed limitation. Clearing out the hippocampus, stay in the center of the core being. I like to see samskaras as like a waterfall, a constantly flowing waterfall. And we put a dot of light into it, and it quickly gets swallowed up, and we put more dots of light and more dots of light, and eventually we turn this waterfall into a waterfall of light. Samskaras can be either positively oriented or negative. But it's the negative ones that are important to remove from your system because they affect you. And they're not true. So let's activate, energize, amplify, and anchor these energies into the hippocampus. And now let's send this energy into the amygdala. There's two little almond-shaped pieces in the center of your brain. It's the amygdala. And that's where all your fears are. Let's allow them to transmute, release, and be replaced by this wondrous light, the sacred fire. How immobilizing is it if you have the fear of failure and the fear of success both? So many fears. Irrational fears. Fears that may have protected you at one time, but they no longer do. Layers and layers of fear, like an onion. Let's peel some of those layers now. If you want, you can peel all of the layers. And whatever ones are ready to go will indeed be transmuted, released, and replaced. So now we're going to continue. We're going to activate, energize, amplify, and anchor these energies into the amygdala first, and then we're going to continue through the brain, transmuting and releasing and replacing everything that no longer serves you, that you're ready to allow this process and remove from your system. It's not going to remove memories, but it may remove the emotional linkages, the attachments to those memories, so that each time you remember a certain situation, you don't have to relive all of those emotions anymore. You can just remember the situation. This is a good thing. Many teachers over many centuries have recommended to their students that they let go of their attachments. This is what we're talking about. So let's send these energies now into the two frontal lobes of the brain, the two frontal lobes of the cerebrum. So let us activate, energize, amplify, and anchor in the frontal lobes of the cerebrum. And now let's send this energy into the parietal lobes, the lobes across the top. So let's activate, energize, amplify, and anchor in the parietal lobes, and send this energy now into the temporal lobes along the sides of the brain. Sometimes people get a little headachy during these processes, and that's okay. It'll go away quickly after the conclusion of the process. And you will not be who you were before you started the process. Allow yourself to change. Accept this work within yourself. So let's activate, energize, amplify, and anchor in the temporal lobes. And we're going to send this now into the occipital lobes in the back of the head. And let's activate, energize, amplify, and anchor in these occipital lobes in the back. And now we're going to send this energy into a place in the brainstem called the pons. This work will help you release habits and patterns as well. So let's activate, energize, amplify, and anchor this energy into the pons. And now send this energy into the striatum. And the striatum is one involved with habits. So let's clear that out. Everything that no longer serves you on your path. So let us activate, energize, amplify, and anchor this energy into the pons. And activate, energize, amplify, and anchor this energy into the striatum. And now we'll send this energy into the medulla. So let's activate, energize, amplify, and anchor in the medulla. And now we're going to go back into the center of the brain. There's an area known as the Cave of Brahma. And so allow us to now clear out the Cave of Brahma with these energies. So let us activate, energize, amplify, and anchor in the Cave of Brahma. And now let's send this energy into another part of the limbic system that we skipped over on purpose. It's called the corpus callosum. And it's this little teeny piece that connects the left and the right hemispheres of the cerebrum. And it's the only piece that connects the left to the right hemispheres of the brain. And it clears out quickly. Let's do that now. And let's activate, energize, amplify, and anchor in the corpus callosum. And now we're going to go through the pineal system. Starting in the brain, we're going to the endocrine system, So we're going to go to the pineal gland. Let's send this energy into the pineal gland. And let's activate, energize, amplify, and anchor in the pineal gland, and send this energy now into the pituitary gland. Remember that your body is in multiple dimensions, not just the three. There are even cases of people who have had their tonsils removed and they grow back. And other examples of this multidimensionality of the physical body. Let's not focus on that. Let's focus on these energies from the center of the core being, focusing them into the pituitary gland. So let's activate, energize, amplify, and anchor in the pituitary gland. And now send this energy into the thyroid. And let's activate, energize, amplify, and anchor in the thyroid gland, and send the energy into the thymus gland. Activate, energize, amplify, and anchor in the thymus gland. And now we're going to send it into the 2 adrenal glands that sit on top of the kidneys. Clearing and cleansing, purifying, divinizing, to make all of this divine. To allow yourself to make that shift and become more aware as your immortal being in this incarnational body system suit. Activate, energize, amplify, and anchor in the adrenal glands. And we're going to send this energy now into the pancreas. We're getting rid of self-imposed limitations here. Allowing you to live in the fullness of who you are. What God intended you to be. If you choose, for there is always free will choice. And let's activate, energize, amplify, and anchor in the pancreas. And now we're going to send this energy into your 2 gonads, either your ovaries or your testes. This is the endocrine system, which plays quite a major role in spiritual development. These are your ductless glands, the endocrine system. The glands that produce hormones. So let's activate, energize, amplify, and anchor in your gonads. And now we're going to send this energy into every cell in your body. To transmute, release, and replace all the cellular memories that you no longer need. Memories on the cellular level, the reasons why scars remain, even after 10, 20 years, because the cells have a memory of the injury that once occurred, even though the cells that were involved are no longer there. Let's clear all the cellular memories, particularly those that inhibit you or limit you in any way. Those memories that you no longer need on your path. And now we're going to send this energy into the mitochondria within the cells. And now we're going to send this energy into every strand of DNA and RNA of yours that is in your body. Bringing it into the light. Allowing pair bonds laying dormant to activate if the timing is right. Allowing you to be even more fully yourself. Good, good, good. So now I'd like you to send this energy into the corpus callosum again. And not your physical hands, but your astral hands. I want you to squeegee all the thoughts up the left side of your brain, all the thoughts up the right side of your brain, and hold those thoughts between your astral hands in the praying hands mudra, all the way up at the 10th chakra, which is above your head. And as you do this, allow yourself to spiritually expand the corpus callosum so that it completely fills all the space between the left and the right hemispheres of your brain. And now allow your brain to synchronize left and right. The synchronization of the hemispheres of the brain is important. It helps bring you out of dualistic thinking into pluralistic thinking. It also helps you move from the I, me, mine thinking into the we, us, our thinking. This is very helpful in being the fullness of who you are. Realize that as consciousness, you're like a hermit crab living in a shell. Now you're living in an human shell. But maybe you'll live in a different shell later. But now you're in a human one until the shell no longer serves you. Allow your brain to synchronize left and right. And as your consciousness one who gets to choose whether to go along with those thoughts or reject those thoughts. You are the immortal consciousness in this incarnational human body. Allow yourself to be yourself in this moment. Identify as this. And you have heard this phrase before, perhaps. I am that. Or you have heard, I am that I am. this immortal self is who you are. The trick is to allow yourself to be yourself with that capital S while living in this incarnation. Feels kind of nice, doesn't it? So I thank you so much for participating in this. Because as each person participates in these energy sessions, it helps raise, well, not only your personal base vibrational rate, but the base vibrational rate of the mass consciousness of humanity. One of the ways in which we're all connected with each other. Good. And if these energy sessions are helpful, below there's a link in the description to make donations to Shaktify to help this work continue. And I thank you so much. Feel free to contact Shaktify. Were you aware that we have a daily energy list, healing list? And if you're on that list, then every day I and some of my advanced students send out healing energy to everyone on that list. You can choose to be a part of that. It's on the website, www, and you don't even have to put that in, shaktify.com, SHAKTI, F as in Frank, Y.com. And again, I thank you so much for watching these videos. I thank you so much for helping me to allow me to do this work for people. If there's any way in which I can help you, please contact me. Thank you so much. God bless.